2019, everybody. How you going? Hope your holiday was good. My holiday was great. Went to Waiheke, which is an island half an hour away. And today I just want to jump straight into it. Basically, I didn't take a video of Waiheke, but I did have a little crack at astrophotography, and that's what today's video is about. So a couple of weeks ago, made that video about a Friday night, and in it I showed a really cool Instagrammer called Shadow and Shade. And I was on the holiday, I was just flicking through his Insta, checking out his photos, and he is a stunning astrophotographer. Anyway, turns out last night we spent in the middle of the bush pretty much at a friend's house, and the stars were just popping, and I thought, well, it's a perfect time to give Astro a go. So in this video I'm just going to show the unedited JPEGs, just to show how they came off the camera, talk about that a little bit, at the end talk about what I learnt, and hopefully you learned something along the way. I just pretty much freestyled the whole thing because we were out of cell phone reception. When the stars came out, I didn't actually have a chance to figure out how to do Astro, so I was just freestyling. But that was pretty cool just to show that I could do something like that. Anyway, let's jump into it. Anyway, so let's start up. So yeah, first photo obviously, well, out of focus next. That was one thing I didn't quite figure out, was focusing's a bit weird. I'm using my wide angle lens here, 4.5 to 5.6. Anyway, boom, then that happened. Third photo, look at that. Now, the trick here though is that I've ramped the ISO up to, like, what are we talking? I've ramped that up to 16,000. You know, creating my own stars with just ISO. Anyway, so let's keep rolling through. So, but look at that, boom. And that image right there, I was pretty stoked. So these are unedited, but let's move on to the next one. Bit average, bit out of focus, but the cool part there is that we're getting stars and we're getting a building. So let's iterate on that. Then what we do is we look, previously one we're overexposed, so drop down the exposure. Then I looked at the focus, out of focus. So anyway, what I did there, set the exposure 30 seconds, ramped the ISO up to 16,000, and then I believe it was quite a low aperture, like 4, or no, like 6 or something. So the hard thing to do is when you go to take the photos out of focus, your camera says cannot focus. That's the point I struggled with this astrophotography. One little trick I tried was to first focus in normal mode, on auto, on manual, on the building, and then switch my camera over to manual focus mode once it's locked in, and then hit the shutter button. Also, I didn't actually hit the shutter button, I pressed play on the app, because that helps cut down the noise. So yeah, the Canon80d has an app. You can hit the button, not actually have to be there to press the photograph. Another good thing about that is that you can sit on the deck and talk with your mates at night while the camera does all the work. Next photo. See, getting a bit better. Higher angle, quite wide. I think this is 10 millimeters. Next. Oh, so now we're getting better, sharper focus on the foreground, but the background out of focus and dark. And then again, I'm trying to boost it up. And then what's quite cool there is if I bounce between those two images, you can actually see that the stars are bouncing back and forth in the background, quite like that. Oh, that's pretty average. I think that trail's just me. So, you know, sometimes you take these crap photos and it takes 30 seconds and then you look at it and you're like, that was a waste of time. But getting better, oh, going worse. 2, underexposed, boom. Where did that come from? Figured it out. That was the manual focus trick. Look at that photo. Now we're up buzzing. We got stars in the background, we got the foreground lit up. What? Look at how much you can see. I was up buzzing on that. Oh, getting even sharper on the next one. Astrophotography, first go. Not mad about it. The stars on the left hand there, was that the Milky Way or something? Had Orion's belt behind us, which I would have liked to get, but basically I ran out of time. That's me in the foreground standing still for 30 seconds, testing to see if I could do it. It's a bit weird having a light there on the bottom right shining straight into the camera. Look at that, that's me doing a little bit of a pose. Probably moving a bit because I'm blurry. And and astrophotography, ladies and gentlemen, in the books. Now let's show you some shadow and shade stuff, just because he's off the chain. First one there was, that's some Mount Taranaki with a shooting star. He goes up to Greenland or something, Iceland, to get those aurora borealis. He's quite good as well, because if we scroll down, he's got, look at that, Milford Sound. How do you do that? Anyway, that guy's shadow and shade, he has some mates that he tags in his photos, and their photos are epic as well. All Kiwis, just rolling around on the South Island and the North Island taking stunning astro photos. Now, what did I learn? Basically, well, obviously those guys are way better. I didn't have a tripod, which did really limit my options. I was sort of like, I had a book under here. I was sort of doing this stuff, pointing my camera straight in the sky. I wasn't really choosing to bring out a certain feature. There was cool stuff in the constellation. I was just happy to get stars and the foreground focus. But those settings, yeah, obviously long shutter speed, low aperture, which is surprising, but I think that's to allow enough light in. And ISO, I think this is just because of the lens, but I had to let a lot in. I'd be keen to basically give it another go, see if I can start to get close to some of these things, because I just think it's absolutely stunning what they're getting. It's just like art. But anyway, so that was it, just for a quick update, show them still back in the game here for 2019. Didn't take that many photos purposely on this trip. Wanted to just have some banter, hang out with my mates, enjoy the holiday, enjoy the sun. But going forward, got a lot of ideas, a lot of things to show you, and we'll be coming in the video real shortly. So thanks for watching, guys. Looking forward to everything that 2019 has in store. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next video.